It's a quiet morning in Tel Aviv. Sara is 16 years old, sitting in her room with a book. She loves reading stories, and today she wants to learn about the world. Outside, the sun shines brightly, and birds sing in the trees. Sara opens her book and starts reading about two countries, Israel and Iran. She knows they are far apart, but their stories connect in big ways. Her heart beats with excitement as she begins. Sara learns that Israel is a small country in the Middle East. It has sandy deserts and green hills. People there speak Hebrew, and the capital is Jerusalem. Sara imagines walking in Jerusalem, seeing old stones and busy markets. She reads that Israel is known for technology and history. Many years ago, it became a country in 1948. Sara thinks it's amazing how a small place can have such a big story. Far away in Tehran, another teenager named Reza is also reading. He's 15 years old and lives in Iran. His room is cozy, with rugs on the floor and a window showing the city. Reza opens his book and reads about his own country. Iran is much bigger than Israel, with mountains and deserts. People speak Persian, and the capital is Tehran. Reza loves the busy streets and old palaces. He learns that Iran has a long history, going back thousands of years to ancient kings. Sara turns the page and reads about how Israel and Iran were friends. After Israel became a country, Iran was one of the first to help. They traded things like oil and food. Sara feels surprised. She didn't know they worked together. Reza reads the same thing in his book. He smiles, thinking about old markets where Iranian and Israeli traders met. It feels like a happy memory, even though it's from long ago. But the story changes. Sara reads that things got hard in the 1970s. Iran had a big change called a revolution. The leaders turned against Israel. They stopped being friends and started arguing. Sara feels sad. She imagines people shouting and feeling angry. Reza reads about this too. He learns that Iran's new leaders didn't like Israel's government. They called each other enemies. Reza wonders why friends can become foes so fast. Sara learns about the arguments today. Israel and Iran don't talk much. They fight with words and sometimes with actions. Israel worries about Iran's power, and Iran doesn't trust Israel. Sara reads about soldiers and weapons. It sounds scary. She thinks about her own friends, and how she would feel if they stopped talking. Reza reads the same part. He feels a little nervous. He hears about these things on the news sometimes, but the book makes it clearer. One day, Sara's teacher talks about peace. She says some people in Israel and Iran want to be friends again. Sara feels hopeful. She reads that young people like her and Reza can make a difference. Maybe they can learn from each other. Reza reads this too. His teacher says the same thing. Reza imagines writing a letter to someone in Israel, sharing stories about his life. Sara turns to a new chapter about culture. She learns that both countries love food. In Israel, people eat falafel and hummus. In Iran, they enjoy kebabs and rice. Sara's mouth waters. She thinks about trying Iranian food one day. Reza reads about Israeli food too. He loves rice, and he wants to taste hummus. The book says music is special too. Israel has lively dances, and Iran has beautiful songs. Sara and Reza both smile, imagining the sounds. The story talks about families. Sara reads that Israeli families celebrate holidays like Hanukkah with lights and games. Reza learns about Nowruz, Iran's New Year, with flowers and sweets. They both feel close to their traditions. Sara thinks her family's stories are like Reza's. Reza agrees in his mind. The book says young people can share these stories to build friendship. Sara reads about challenges. Israel faces problems with water in the desert. Iran deals with hot summers and earthquakes. Both countries work hard to solve them. Sara feels proud of their strength. Reza reads the same and nods. He thinks about helping his community, just like people in Israel do. One evening, Sara watches the news with her parents. They talk about Israel and Iran again. Her dad says, "It's hard, but hope is there." Sara remembers her book. She writes in her journal, "I learned about Israel and Iran. They were friends, then enemies, but maybe friends again. I want peace." Reza does the same. He writes, "Iran and Israel have history. I hope we can talk one day." The next day, Sara goes to school. She tells her friends about the book. They listen, asking questions. Sara feels happy. Reza does the same at his school. His friends want to know more about Israel. Both feel like storytellers, bringing people together. The book ends with a message. Words can build bridges. Sara and Reza close their books, smiling. They dream of a day when Israel and Iran can be friends again, one story at a time. Sara looks out her window. The sun is setting, painting the sky orange. She thinks about Reza in Tehran, reading the same story. Maybe they're looking at the same sky. Reza feels the same. He sees the stars and hopes for peace. Both know learning English through this story helps them understand the world. They feel ready to learn more, to share more, and to dream big.